Hello, everyone here in the CCA chat. My name is Neptune, and I am joined here today by my co-host. Introduce yourself.
What is up? I'm Space Seals here for my first cast on the CCA livestream. Super excited for these matches today with my buddy Neptune. Neptune, what do you think going in with these teams, UCSD and Crimson Calamari tonight? What are we gonna see?
We're gonna see a lot of back and forth because a lot of these maps here get very scrappy, is what I like to call it. Ship-shaped cargo, especially splat zones, right? It's off battle for mid, is what I like to call it.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I haven't seen too much ship-shape gameplay yet since it's still relatively new. So it's always interesting to see how different teams approach it, especially in CCA since it isn't as tied to the meta. Sometimes you do see like very interesting comps come out. So I'm really interested to see what these teams bring out because I know Crimson Calamari has a brush player that's insane. I think it's Cone. So I'd be really interested to see that come out, especially with the zip on here. And then
Oh yeah.
UCSD, I've played against them in Div 3, I believe, previously. So I think these two teams are going to be pretty evenly matched.
Absolutely. Just looking at like some of their results here, the one that stands out to me is Ocean Opal, who is a non-binary fuss member from the Ink Up, who has previously made second place the last from the Ink Up
Oh
in
wow.
gold brackets. So I am very interested to see Opal on the stage here and as fighting this brush as we call it here. Both very strong players for this division here, but what I'm most excited here is just the special play. The special play here is going to be very important for just keeping map control here, because if you don't got specials, you're not going to be able to take mid that easily.
Yeah, I'm definitely at least anticipating both teams to have one strike player just to paint the zone and potentially push the like left and right ledges. Because
Yep.
if you don't have like any burst painting specials on this map mode combo, it's pretty difficult to retake mid.
Yep. Even if you don't have those things, as long as you have something like a Trizuka or something just to flush him out, that's all you need to get back into mid here. Our favorite one and only friend here, Trusty Zuka.
Yeah, you can always count on Zuka right now. Let's hope it
Uh,
stays that way.
let's hope it stays that way. Well, Twitter arguments aside here, we are getting into this first game here. We have UCSD Esports in the bright yellow and Crimson Calamari in the bright blue. Let's get this started, shall we?
I'm already noticing both teams have a brush player. That is so exciting to see. I feel like I never see, especially Octobrush play anymore. So we're gonna see how Cone stacks up to this to Bean on the other side.
A fantastic pick by Nindrag there, using the edit to just completely hose down one of the brushes here, as this seems like the zone's going to go in the favor of Crimson Calamari.
They've already got a cooler out, trying to retake the zone. Oh, Sasnitz is making some space on the zone right now, trying to push up. It's kind of a back and forth right now, but they do end up taking the zone here.
Yeah, they do end up taking the zone here. I'm noticing just like going in with the cooler here, just the additional movement as well as just the staying power from the respawn is definitely helpful to create scenarios like this right now, where Crimson Cavalry is on the back foot and there's not much that can be done to contest the zone currently.
We've got Crimson Calamari just trying to fish for picks right now. Each player kind of going in individually. Oh, and the junior is alone and he gets picked off. Absolutely shut out by UCSD. They just weren't really coordinated going in, kind of staggered a bit there.
Yep. And right when we're talking about Zuka here, Opal is repping it right here and trying to build up that Zuka here. Hopefully be able to push it back even more, as Crimson Calamari is slowly trying to build up their specials to try and push back in here. You see the wave go
if they
down.
can grab that Zuka, it might just be game there. Oh, and the strike's coming out, absolutely backing them out into the corner. Oh, there's nothing they can do. There's 4 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Oh, and that's game. The lockout from UCSD was just insane. They had so much map control, special coverage. It was very difficult for Crimson Calamari to make an entry there.
Yeah, what I really liked about UCSD Esports Navy is just they clicked the cooler and then just said go and just rushed the zone, even though they didn't have particularly much else going on there in mid here. But yeah, as you can see here in the last like couple of seconds here, just they're struggling to get in. Yes, the special waves go down and like you get drinks here, but you need something to go in with those drinks typically, as those strikes just completely prevent anyone from Crimson Calamari being able to get in here.
Yeah, UCSD just had really good use of that cooler, making sure to fully utilize it and push in at the same time when each teammate got the cooler buff while also synchronizing it with the other specials. And we just didn't have that sort of communication of specials on the other side.
Yeah, I kind of noticed just like a lot of the specials, it seemed like they just clicked them immediately as soon as they got them, right? Because the timer was clicking down there. Obviously, not only is this a video game, but it's also a mental game, as I like to call it as well. And panicking in this game can lead to the enemy team punishing you in dividends here, as I like to call it.
Yeah, that wave breaker that was kind of panic dropped just wasn't enough to cut it, because it's not really gonna do much in terms of getting the zone back or map coverage, which Zuka, which they did have, was really just able to pressure the other team back.
There was, I think, a double wave comp on Crimson Calamari side, which is definitely very interesting, right? I can see wave breaker.
That often.
Yeah, Wavebreaker is definitely one of those specials that's like, theoretically, it should be able to put in a lot of work, correct? But just, it's not going to be able, it's better for holding your ground rather than trying to go in, unlike specials like Zuka, Tri-Strikes, Crab, Missiles, right? There's a lot better initiation specials, I like to call them, here in this game, and Wavebreaker just simply wasn't the tool to get in.
Yeah, Wavebreaker is definitely favored by those sort of slow defensive comps, which, like, I mean, if you have a brush and a cooler trying to make your way in with those two things, it just doesn't have that compatibility, I feel like.
Yeah, what are two things that just don't go well together, right? I'm struggling to think off the top of my head, but that is essentially Wavebreaker and pushing is what I like to say.
Yeah.
But hey, we're getting into the second game here. I believe the next map that is on the list here is it Sturgeon? Wait, not Sturgeon, no. It is Tower Control Inkblot Art Academy, a classic from Splatoon 2, returning here to be on the second game here tonight.
Oh boy. One of the only good tower maps, in my opinion.
Only good tower maps here. As someone who has looked at, let's say, the community map votes results, you are not going to be disappointed by the amount of love and support for this map mode combination here, because there's just so many options to just both take the offensive as well as stay on defense here, especially with that little bit of a block there to be able to get onto the platform as we get right into it here. What stands out to you, Space, with these team comps here? Because I'm looking at that Gluga Dually.
Yeah, did they have the Gluga Dualies last match?
No, it seems. I think this is a substitution here, and Gluga Dualies on tower. You know what? I can see this working. You have the wall to throw on tower, as well as a Booyah Bomb here to just say GG here. But hey, right now, two already go down from UCSD Esports Navy right now, as Crimson Calamari begins to move on up to the first checkpoint.
Yeah, we've got Clefable just kind of stuck off the ledge and gets picked by the Dualies. Crimson Calamari is just rapidly making their way up to this first checkpoint. Oh, and we've got Cone going in with the zip, up into the bats, back onto the plat, just totally locking out UCSD right now. That was insane use of Zipcaster, but unfortunately they didn't have the tower.
Ooh, yeah, but yeah, that brush came in, did its dirty work, and died, and that's all that matters right now as UCSD Esports Navy tries to regain this mid-control right now here. Just a lot of bombs being traded back and forth, and the special advantage is being looked for to be able to just try and push in here as we see the Zuga get popped and Ku go down.
Absolutely insane play. Oh, the brush tries to overcome that Zuka, but just is wiped out because the sheer pressure UCSD is able to exert off that insane double with the Zuka. Now they have strikes coming out in the bats, just full speed ahead towards that checkpoint. They've taken the lead. They're trying to take control of the bats, but Brush is holding it. Oh, and gets picked off by a bomb. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate indeed here, as the tower gets pushed pretty far along the plat here. There's only less than 50 points to just get this under control here and be able to completely knock out. But then again, the last checkpoint on this map is always the hardest to get through, as you need to go through the bats as well as this platform and maintain full control of it.
UCSD is getting set up to get through that checkpoint, though. They've got their V-shot up in the bats, just like keeping 2 players at bay right now. That Zuka and the Brush is gonna get a pick on the Brush on the tower. Yep. Just kind of keeping control of their bats. The V-shot's gonna have to back out and make some space.
Yep. Han is putting in work with the backdoor Brush for sure, right?
Yeah.
Not only did they get 1, not 2, but 3 picks to clear out plat here. Call him Picasso, because he is certainly chucking with that Brush.
Got an interesting position from UCSD on that right stack. Getting ready for another push with the rain coming in. Oh, and we got the dualies dropping in mid and gets picked off. They're just kind of getting picked off like flies right now, staggering and going in alone to try to get those ego picks, but it's just not working for them.
Yep. Egos might be largely in charge in Division 3 here, but what matters is that final resort at the end of the game here, as there's a scramble to get control of this tower, as all these specials get popped here, and that platform looks bright stinking yellow, as I can say.
Yeah, these strikes really are doing UCSD a lot of favors. It seems like that's their main entryway in terms of getting the push going, and we see, they're at the last checkpoint, just and they get one falls off, but they're retaking it right away, and that rain is really just backing them up, and they get the KO.
Fantastic coordination there from UCSD Esports Navy. Man, I feel like I say like a mouthful every time I say this name out loud, but hey, regardless, fantastic job from those players there, being able to coordinate their specials, just completely just take control of that platform there. You saw the specials there just come one after the other here, right? Not only is their special control, there's a lot of paint control here. As you notice, their Brush, right, was able to get not 1, but 2 crucial picks here, just keeping this tower safe from being contested here, as Crimson Calimari just scramble to find a solution to get to it, as bombs are tossed out to create that space to give the tower all the way to the last checkpoint there.
Yeah, honestly, the Brush players on both of these teams are absolutely insane. It's just a matter of, can your teammates enable you to get all those picks? In the case of UCSD, they have really good paint coverage and special coordination, which allows them to actually get in and just keep a control of that tower. But Crimson Calamari is kind of failing in their ability to control the map, so even if Cone can get some crazy Zipcaster plays, he still needs the support of his team to sort of back up those skirmisher moves.
Couldn't have said it better or myself, Space. One of the most important aspects I noticed about UCSD's comp is their beacons, right? The Octobrush Nouveau has beacons, and since they charge up the rain really quickly, right? Being able to just have your ink tank all the way refilled after just placing a beacon, you can keep up momentum quite strong on this map here, especially if they're placed in the correct spots. But how would you approach Rainmaker Eeltil Alley if you're a Crimson Calamari in this situation? Like, would you need to just cause some substitutions here? Would you need to like change up your game plan, or would you have to answer aggression with aggression here?
I feel like honestly they might want to change up their comp a bit, because I'm not sure if the dualies were the right play for them. It just feels like the heavy edit is good in theory for Rainmaker, but its cooler output just does not really match that of like Zap, for example. So I would probably go for a more fast comp here, especially since Cone is such an aggressive player. They could really just lean into like enabling him, since UCSD seems to be struggling the most in combat against him. So I would go for heavy on like the bombs and just speed, just like get that pop and just like charge the bridge. I think would be their best bet.
Yeah, Khan is definitely one of their stronger players on Crimson Calamari, and notice they're getting doubles and triples, especially like in the neutral stage, and allowing Crimson Calamari to move up a few checkpoints as well. But I think what the most important part is making sure to protect that Zipcaster recall, right? Because not only what was it, you can get all the kills in the world with Zipcaster, but if your recall is dead, then you're technically just creating a trade, even if you get just one kill there. So the +2 advantage that theoretically came from Kyo's side is just going to be completely traded to just be +1 and not as big as it seemed like.
Yeah, I saw that especially at the beginning of the match. He had like an absolutely crazy play with the Zipcaster, just like all up in their base and actually getting picks. But because his team didn't retain the tower, his recall was just like left wide out in the open.
Yep, it's like those people that try and jaywalk here in the middle of Boston here. Not speaking from experience, but all I'm gonna say is we're moving on to Rainmaker Eeltail Alley. Let's just say not my cup of tea Rainmaker pick for a map, but hey, you know what? These two teams are gonna have to duke it out here regardless, and I am looking forward to see how these two brushes duel it out here.
Yeah, I'm looking through the weapon pools of these players right now, and I do see, Clefable does play Tri Nouveau, so maybe we'll see some N-Tri play. I'm not biased at all, but I think it would be very good on this map.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some N-Tri lovers in chat right now, but hey, you know what? That Fizzy Bomb, if the N-Tri does come out here, Fizzy Bomb is a fantastic tool for popping the Rainmaker shield, as well as getting that tactical to run the Rainmaker. Fantastically strong weapon here on Rainmaker if that does end up coming out here, but hey, it seems like the UCSD Esports Navy is just trying to stick with the same four here. Oh wait, no, wait, that's Clefable. Oh my goodness, I cannot read. This is a confirmation, folks. Splatoon players cannot read, and the source is me. Okay.
It's true. I can confirm.
Can confirm. Okay, but hey, it's not about eating the text on the screen. It's about reading your opponents here as we get into this game 3 here.
Could not have said that better. Getting into this Rainmaker Eeltail match. Looks like we got a Wiper coming out. Oh, and Crimson Calimari sticking with those Glugadoolies. Exact same comp. And we do see an N-Zap on the side of UCSD.
Yeah, so Cooler definitely one of specials that seems to be a bit of a favorite here as of late. But hey, right now, just UCSD Esports just has so much paint to move around in. And even though they are backless here, right? Crimson Calimari's longest range weapon here is just the edit here. So as long as you have paint control and you have the specials to flush out the edit here, you can basically do trade for trade here, as the Rainmaker is already being picked up here by UCSD.
UCSD just putting on the pressure, and Crimson Calimari does have Cooler ready to respond. And they are doing a good job of actually kind of holding this right now. Cone is forced to back out a bit. Oh, but they do get the pick on the Rainmaker. Got the Junior rushing in for some kills, and just gets shut down by the strikes coming out again to get them to that first checkpoint.
Oh yeah. Strikes are really strong on this game mode here, as you saw right there. It was just quickly able to pop the Rainmaker shield here and just being able to lead to that first checkpoint here. But hey, now it's UCSD Esports that are being pushed out of their base. Crimson Calimari is pushing out of their base here, trying to take the Rainmaker up here, trying to create some more room to be able to clear your more checkpoints here. But right now, the Wavebreaker is online, and the C Junior is trying to find an entry point in, but just unfortunately goes down.
Whoa! Was that a double with the Splat Bomb?
That was a double with the Splat Bomb, leading to not just 1, not 2, but 4 total going down here. And as you see right now, the Wiper's object damage is going all out right here, just being able to pop that Rainmaker shield, get those missiles here, do some tax work right now. It's doing a little bit of everything right now to be able to push that Rainmaker forward.
Right, UCSD is putting on the pressure, but they are going to be jumping around this whale. It's actually really pushing them out quite far. But they have a couple of picks right now on Crimson Calimari. They do end up getting the Rainmaker. Cone getting a couple of picks off. Oh, is he gonna get the triple? Oh, he gets picked off on the bridge.
Not quite. The bridge is definitely the strongest point to control on this map here, and it's not a battle for mid, it's a battle for the bridge here, is all I'd like to say. And right now, what the?
Oh. Okay.
Okay, 1v1 time?
Well,
1v1?
this is definitely a Splatoon moment.
All I'm gonna say is Clefable used Metronome, and the teleport was selected from that pool because 6 of those players just got immediately pushed out here. But I believe they are able to replay this because it was above
I
the
would
230
hope so.
mark. Yeah, they were at the 230 mark, I believe, when that happened here, and the Rainmaker was never pushed under 50 points here, so they are eligible for a replay here. So maybe we just need to take 2 real quick. Just
Wow, I'm having like such intense whiplash because that game was just like so much going on. Like there was like multiple like double kills and triple kills, and then to just have everyone disconnect, it's so unfortunate for
you
both
know,
sides, honestly.
just out of all the things you do in Splatoon, you get a double, a triple, a quad. You cannot beat the 6 people that go down for the DC here, is all I have to say. But hey, we'll be running it back soon here. We're going to be sticking to the same comps here, and I would love to see how Crimson Calamari is going to be able to adapt from the match, because information is information. 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the match here, you have an idea of what they want to do, right, and how you're going to be able to counteract it here. So we'll see how this plays out here, Space. I'm very interested.
Yeah, I'm sure Crimson Calamari is going to be fighting more for control of that bridge area, because that was something UCSD was really able to do well in terms of getting the Zuka online, getting strikes up around the pedestal. They were really just had full economy of the bridge, and while, you know, Crimson Calamari was able to like get like 1 or 2 picks and push them back a bit, they still never really took mid, I don't think.
Yeah, it was very difficult to like just get mid in general, because the C Junior, even though they had Wave just ready to go and, you know, can throw torps all day, that's not going to mean much if you're getting splat bombs tossed at you and just accidentally running into them. Unfortunate splat bombs, man. Man, I feel for those.
Yeah, when I saw the top of the screen, I almost thought it was a triple with the splat bomb at first. I had to like look closer and see what really happened, but regardless, still insane.
Still insane. It seems like everyone here is back in the lobby, folks. Yeah, I am just as dumbfounded as everyone else here, seeing 6 people disconnect from the game at once. I think that's a record here, and I understand. Just like, obviously, things happen here in the CCA. Things happen in real life. That's just the general lesson I will give to everyone here listening. Just things happen, and you just gotta move on and play on with it as we get back in here.
Yeah, you know, we argue about what the special weapon is, you know, best special weapon is. Plenty of debate over Zuka right now, but everyone always forgets that the real best weapon in the game is the internet.
The internet, yeah.
Hitting that lag switch.
Hitting that lag switch, GG. That is the ultimate special that no one wants you to learn about here. But hey, right now, it seems like everyone's going to be loading back in here, and I'm curious to see like how we can empower Khan to be able to just get back in the game here, just really quickly. But oh wait, is Khan being subbed out? Oh wait, no, Khan's over there. Okay, I can't read, folks. That's number 2 for tonight here. But gonna be another reset. Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
What was it? Getting back to just like Rainmaker, Eeltail here, something I think that's like super important is just being able to move up from mid. If you can't move up from mid, you're just not going to be able to take that bridge area and just control the pace of the game by being on top of the bridge there, Space.
Yeah, on the side of Crimson Calamari, they really should just be spamming bombs in order to take that area back, because it was also hard for them to get back in since UCSD constantly had beacons up in mid.
All right, Eeltail Alley 2, Electric Boogaloo. Let's get back here. And the weapon? Wait, is there a weapon switch there with the dueling sculptures? Or was that always there? Oh wait,
I think we're having another reset.
We're having 3 big... Yeah, we're having another reset.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I love them pulling out the big swing just for the funny before the reset. Bro.
The lag switch was turned off and the big swing switch was turned on here. A lot of switches
remember when Big Swig was the lag switch on Eeltail? Like you could hit that, you could smack that one part of the stage and it could lag everyone out. It really is the lag weapon.
Yeah, oh my gosh, you're true, man. Maybe they're somehow interlinked here. I gotta check, like, next time I meet a big swing player in real life. I gotta just quickly check their router here for any suspicious lag switches that are being put on there. But hey, yeah, I'm not one to judge. But hey, what else are big swing players are gonna do nowadays besides attempt to play the game with their mediocre weapon? I'm sorry.
Man, don't knock the big swing like that. I have nothing but respect for the big swing players. It has
Well,
good object damage.
it has good object damage.
There's
Yeah,
that.
that is true. I believe it could outdo two Splatanas just meleeing the shield if it has object shredder, which is no easy feat here. But hey, we're slowly getting back here into the game here. I am eager and hungry for this heel-tail game right now, and I just want to see some all-out brawls for that bridge.
Yeah, I'm on the edge of my seat right now. Just they're teasing us with this Eeltail Rainmaker match. I just want to see the outcome already.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Finally, we are back here. Hopefully, nothing else happens and we can just get back into the game and just see both these two teams just duke it out for that Rainmaker, getting it to those checkpoints, and let's just see some nice blows. Blows, yeah.
Yeah, we've got UCSD rapidly approaching and already has the pop. They just take mid so fast here. But Crimson Calimari is set up on their bridge, so they might be able to respond with the appropriate defense.
Yeah, for sure here. I'm noticing the Tri-Strikes are coming online here, but no, the Bucket's going to be able to go down here as Crimson Calamari seems to be just sitting back on the bridge here, not really eager to approach at all here, because the brush can only do as much as the paint that is on the floor here, as UCSD is just taking complete paint control here.
Yeah, UCSD is picking up the Rainmaker, preparing for that push. Oh, and they got the Zuka online. Misses the shot, but still got them to move off of the bridge to hopefully make the space they need. Wiper putting out the missiles. They're all fully backed up, and that just paves the way for the Rainmaker to push up. Oh, but Cullen gets the pick on one on the bridge, going for a second one, gets the pick.
Ooh. That was a fantastic Rainmaker shot there on the first checkpoint here. Just definitely UCSD Esports Navy is looking to march their way to the first checkpoint, but never mind. The Gloomy Duel, he has something to say about that, shutting down that Rainmaker here and stalling for time for their team to get back and hopefully take bridge.
Yeah, in terms of kills, we're seeing some real back and forth, but UCSD is just really dominating in the map coverage front. And Crimson Calamari just really needs to get some paint on the field so the brush can go in and do the work. Oh, and it's just the Wiper alone up here, and he's backing out to get some jumps in from his team. I see a nice little beacon there.
Yeah.
Crimson Calamari going for the Rainmaker pop, and unfortunately destroys the nice little beacon.
Oh man, that beacon there was just having the time of its day, and that brush just swiped up and ruined it.
Now, bro was just chilling. He didn't deserve that.
Oh man, the amount of beacons that I've seen innocently slain in the middle of the map there, hey, are countless here. But hey, finally, Crimson Calamari is able to move up here and take some map control here. It was previously all yellow, now is looking bright blue here as the Glooga Dualies is just looking for some picks here as the Booyah Bomb comes up online here. A special that could definitely turn the tide here by being tossed straight on the bridge, OS.
Yeah, they really are starting to make the space for themselves. Oh, but the Rainmaker gets shut down. Thankfully, they were able to pick off that splatter shot, though, so they don't have to worry about Zuka. We've got the brush just kind of sharking in mid. Junior are the V-Shot already starting to paint up mid again for the side of UCSD, and gets the pick off of one of their players.
3 went down there all the way on Crimson Calamari's side. That is mad unfortunate there. Just all the jumps just kind of like funneled in there, and it just kind of got caught by all the Esports Navy folks that were just trying to push up there. But right now, it seems like that first checkpoint's will be cleared and going straight up to Navy Esports here.
What a dunk right on top of the wipeout. UCSD was just able to completely flip the advantage back in their favor. And we've got this heavy edit just scrambling to try to defend, but gets blasted by the Rainmaker shot. Can this wave breaker they have online as their only special kind of knock these players out of here?
Oh, it's not. You don't need a wave breaker to technically shut down a Rainmaker, but what's going to shut down a Rainmaker shield right here is that Wiper Deco just going to keep popping it, but unfortunately going to lose the pop war to the heavy edit. Oh my goodness, the firing on that thing is insane.
Yeah, that Wiper really was doing his best to pop the shield, but unfortunately overthrown by the entire other team needed to compete with the object damage of the Katana.
But hey, hitting all the way up to 19 points there, just going through that uninterval there, gave a huge lead to UCSD here, as they just, technically they don't need to do anything. They, what was it? Crimson Calimari has to be the ones to approach here, right? And right now, it just, two down situation here. This is fantastic here, but Opal has that Trizuka looking to take out that Rainmaker right now, but there's hardly any time left as Nindrag is trying to take this Rainmaker up to the first checkpoint, but gets completely shut down by the bucket.
Ooh, yeah, Nindrag was kind of forced to solo push there just because, like, two of his teammates went down and ultimately picked off, and oh, we see Bucket just standing there, but starts to move. I honestly thought that UCSD would kind of continue to be more offensive, but it does seem like they're just stalling with the Rainmaker at this point, which is the smart move to do.
Yeah, this is definitely the play to do, especially if you have the lead here with the Rainmaker. Is just to run back here and just keep the Rainmaker. The Gluga Dualies was close there.
They were going for it. They were going for it, but unfortunately not enough time.
Not enough time there. You gotta attempt the hero plays as well as the ego plays, but ego plays can only get you so far here as UCSD Esports Navy takes game number 3. Fantastic job. Oh, they're wearing matching jackets. That's
I just noticed that too. They're also matching the bear ears. It's so cute.
Aw, yeah. You got a lot of not just team coordination, but clothes coordination is what I like to call it here. Maybe that's the secret power up that what was it? Sendo refuses to release to the end of the world here. But hey, game number 4 here is the match point here for Esports Navy. But Crimson Calamari needs to find a response here just shortly after here. They tried a whole bunch of different things, right? The Gluga Dualies coming out here for tower control, right? Various other substitutions were made throughout the set, and it's just not quite enough to be able to gain that edge that is having what was it, Esports Navy just coming in there and just dominating so much space with their fast-moving comps.
Yeah, I'm still not entirely sure if bringing out the Gluga Dualies was the right play, because it seems like what they're trying to do is have their junior be the sole paint bot of the team. But thus far, it hasn't really worked out for them, as they've been severely outpainted by UCSD. So I'm wondering if, you know, even switching to, like, Dualie Squelchers are just another weapon that can paint a bit more than the Glugas, and they might be able to sort of enable their Slayers to actually make way for the objective to be pushed.
Yeah, and I think one thing that's like a bit misconstrued about Junior right now is just like, yes, it can output paint a lot, and it can technically be a paint bot. However, its effective painting range is really small, right? It's not going to be able to contest as much space as, say, like an N-Zap or a Splatter Shot because of its range here, right? And if you're going to get into engagement and you want to live as the junior, you're just going to end up backing up and not being able to take much space and allow people like your Brush or Gluga Dualies to be able to set up and get in there, as we saw in the previous games.
Yeah, you've got that right on the nose, because in most scenarios, although, like, on paper, Junior paints more, in 99% of scenarios, something like Splatter Shot or Splash is going to be better, just because it has utility other than just, like, shooting the ground in front of you and painting the floor.
As I like to make fun of junior players, they press the R button more than the 0 button most of the game here, but hey. But hey, you know what? We're getting into Clam Blitz Scorch here, and it's going to be all about controlling them in the ramp right here as the Hydra comes out on Crimson Calamari's side. You love to see it.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to lean into this more sort of slow and defensive playstyle. We'll see how that plays out for them, as both teams are fighting for mid. Lots of bombs being thrown back and forth. We've got Brush on the side of UCSD trying to take that top mid.
Yeah, definitely here. The clam economy is already just being competed for as mid is just being traded back and forth here. Unfortunately, one goes down on Esports Navy side here as Crimson Calimari is looking for an opening with Khan getting the kill with this brush here. Not quite gonna get the second, but that made an entryway for this ramp area right here for Crimson Calimari to potentially be able to score a clam.
Yeah, insane zip caster, but his team just didn't follow up on it quite fast enough to take the ramp of UCSD. So they've already got it controlled. There's a lot of clams on that ramp. I would be a little nervous if I was UCSD right now.
Yep, it's not out of the number of clams, it's where the clams are positioned, right? That can definitely make a team panic here as that basket comes wide open here as Khan gets another kill and is able to back out successfully and maintain mid control. Not the... I was expecting more to be put in there, but hey, this is a solid showing from Crimson Calimari here.
Yeah, and they had their Hydra set up in mid, but unfortunately taken out by the opposing team's Octobrush. Still, honestly, pretty even. Oh, but never mind. Another teammate from Crimson Calimari gets picked up, and UCSD is just able to take full control of mid again with the cooler out so they can absolutely just rush their ramp.
Yep. And right now, the only thing that's going to be a pain in the neck for this comp especially is that Hydra. That Hydra is going to anchor down and try and shut down anyone who tries to move forward too haphazardly. So you're going to need to use specials or do something to try and get him out there with that Trizuka shot coming out from... Oh.
Absolutely beautiful. Oh my god, and is he going to score? He gets the ball in as well.
Yep, UCSD Esports just has all this paint here in this basket here, and they're just able to cash in nearly 52 points already. It's not even half of the game's time yet all this clam economy is just being dunked into that basket right there, right now.
Yeah, and this rain from UCSD's brush just absolutely devastated the defense of Crimson Calimari. It forced them all to push back as well as getting some chip damage on them. We are going to see them start to take back their ramp. Hydra getting set up on their snipe so they can hopefully get more control of that top mid area, which is so crucial for success on this map.
Absolutely here. And the beacons are coming out here, just helping in Esports Navy come back quickly. So they were previously 2 down here. Has another 2-3 down situation from everyone's dying.
1v1. This is a repeat of Eeltail. Got the 1v1.
The only difference was the lag switch was not clicked here, which is always a relief to see. But hey, right now, just both those teams just staggered real quick here, and just right now going to be blowing it out in mid here for some control.
Yeah, almost perfectly even by both teams. We got the Zuka coming out, misses the first 2. Oh, almost hit Cone there, but unfortunately missed. But they do take out the Hydra for Crimson Calimari, and that's going to be a major pain for them to deal with in terms of defending against this push that UCSD is setting up. They already have a ball ready. They're slowly but surely making their way to the ramp of Crimson.
Oh yeah, for sure. Khan is trying to use the Zipcaster here, trying to find something to slow down this push here, but nothing really seems to result here. As right now, this ramp area is being hotly contested by Crimson Calimari as UCSD tries to do it, but beautiful jump out there from Navy side there. Rather than go down, keep that special. We can save that to push later on here as the Zuka gets popped, but responded with the Booyah Bomb to live through that. Beautiful play out by the Hydra.
Oh, but the Hydra's unfortunately picked off by the brush yet again. It's honestly like, you don't really expect this brush, what is it, Nouveau, to get as many picks on the Hydra since it doesn't have zip. But they really are doing a great job of keeping the Hydra of Crimson Calimari in check.
Yep. Being able to punish the Hydra's overextensions is definitely something Navy Rush has definitely been doing really solidly here. Also having a cheap special for Rain just to be able to just put more paint on the floor for their other teammates to move in, potentially use the Slosher to get in and just potentially cause a lot of havoc here, but never mind that. The Hydra is set up pretty on its perch in mid here and is trying to get some more kills here to be able to get something into the clam basket, but there's not enough clams to be able to do anything.
Unfortunately, the clam economy was entirely in UCSD's favor, and Crimson Calimari just wasn't able to make a ball to get that overtime. And that's going to be match point, I believe, right?
Yeah, that is match point here. UCSD Esports Navy does take the entire set here. However, in CCA tradition, we usually like to do a play all 7, which is likely going to be happening here. But hey, before that happens here, I just gotta talk about the last 13 seconds here. Look at the clam economy on UCSD Navy here, right? The rich only get richer here as balls were formed here, as there was almost no clams for Crimson Calamari to be able to pick up here to be able to. They are playing all 7. Okay,
Awesome.
we got word. We got a word heard from our friendly producer that we are going to be seeing all 7 games played here tonight here. And you know what? It's not sometimes just like just getting 4-0'd like can feel pretty bad here. But if you're playing all 7, the pressure's off. Essentially, the match is over. You can just play whatever you want to play, and you don't have to stress out about the clam economy, the zone being painted, or where the rainmaker is here, right? You just gotta focus on playing your best in this scenario and not playing for points, if that makes any sense, on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and honestly, a lot isn't covered by the scoreboard, because even though it was a 4-0, it honestly didn't really even feel like that much of a steamroll, because both teams were pretty evenly matched throughout many of the games. You know, it was just kind of the paint issue that was really a thorn in Calimari's side. But they were going back and forth, and Calimari did get a few solid pushes in, but ultimately UCSD just had the offensive power to just roll over their defense attempts.
Yeah, definitely here. I felt like the Zipcaster is just such a what was it, inconsistent special sometimes, right? It's not really picked usually at high levels of play because it is so tricky to be able to get a lot of mileage off of it, right? Even though they're attached to fantastic weapons that complement the special well, it's all about just being able to consistently find 1 or 2 players as well as have your zip survive. There are just a lot of factors to make a zip very successful, and some maps just don't work out well for zip, unfortunately, like Humpback here. But hey, going to Hagglefish Market, I can see this being a fantastic zip map for Con.
Yeah, I love to see Hagglefish zones. I actually do see Brush played quite a bit on this, just because you can zip on top of like the little towers that are kind of surrounding the zone, and you can just sit up there and just like fling ink all over. So I think it'll be interesting to see if he goes for that strategy and how UCSD will respond if they continue with the. Is it Nouveau? The brush?
Nouveau. The brush
okay.
Nouveau, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I know, because they like switch, like it's not Sorella Brill anymore. It's whatever. But
I swear, every time a brand's added, I'm just like, did this exist before? Did they just make something new here, just off of the universe, creating more lore that 17% of people are just going to quickly data mine and figure out exactly what this brand's all about here? But hey, Splatoon lore is one of those things that just like boggles my mind sometimes, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, Splatoon lore gets a little wild sometimes. I'm pretty sure Firefin and like Inkline, or it was 2 brands like combined in this game or something, and it took me so long to realize that. I was like, what the heck is this new?
I don't know. Every time I see like new brands or just like something new in this game, it's like, what is this related to, right? And then like you get those really intense theory crafters here. Like, we're going to Hagglefish Market. Is this secretly like underground like black market here where that people get haggled? Is that what the lore is? I'm not sure here. I've been cheated out of many games here, and I'm tempted to believe that here. But hey, it's not about me being cheated out here. It's about the players here, and I'm curious to see if anyone is going to be haggled on this market. But yeah, what was it? Sorry about that. It's a little bit of a awkward audio hiccup there, but hey, right now the teams are loading up here, and I'm curious to see if the Hydra pick stays, because Hydra is one of those interesting weapons to be used on Hagglefish Market. Not gonna lie, it just lives on on the glass there, just like a wild animal. I swear, you could just watch a Hydra like a nature documentary, just stay up there and just do everything it wants to do and more.
Yeah, honestly, like, I could see them running Hydra here and trying to take that point, but what I could also see happening is the Zuka coming out from UCSD and just absolutely destroying any hope they have of holding that position.
Every backline be fine until they see on the top screen the Zuka's meter is filled, and they suddenly have a little bit of a heart stroke or whatever panic attack, whatever type of thing that usually leads to cardiac arrest is what's happening when you see the Zuka go online.
I mean, come on, you got a whole half a second to react. Like, it's plenty of time. Zuka's
Plenty
very
of time.
generous. Like,
Very.
just you hear the sound, just get out of the way. It's that simple.
That's simple. Just that simple, as we usually like to say it here. But yep, everything seems to be loading up here. We'll be getting this game shortly. But honestly, like as I was talking about before, just like the Zipcaster on this map, especially just being able to go up onto those boxes. Not only can you just do that to get kills, you can paint zone from all the way up there because the Octobrush has a lot more range than it likes to let on sometimes.
Yeah, that's why honestly I was surprised when in Rainmaker Eeltail when Cone switched to the Ink Brush instead of the Octobrush, because for a team already so starved for paint, they kind of do need that little bit of the difference that Octobrush really makes.
Yeah, especially here. And I like how this is being contrasted and mirrored on Esports Navy side with the Brush Nouveau, which is usually, like, among most players, a sleeper pick, right? Because not having a bomb, not having a, like, crazy offensive special is seen as a detriment here. But hey, sometimes on modes like Splat Zones, right, a cheap 180p E-Rain is able to just paint so much and just get people in here, and the beacons are there for momentum there. That is the crux I see of these backlist comps here coming out from Esports Navy, and it's just fantastic to see that little bit of map planning and weapon planning there really did go a long way.
Yeah, the beacon and soda combo is just being utilized to the max from UCSD because they can basically just like be as aggressive as they want to and immediately jump back with the beacons that are being set up for them up in mid usually.
Yeah, Red Shell would certainly be proud if he were watching this stream, but hey, it's not about Red Shell. It's about who's going to be able to win this game of Splat Zones here. As I see a snipe, the Hype Rider is coming out right now.
Oh, and we've got the NZAP on the side of Crimson Calamari instead of the Junior. That might be what they need.
Exactly, and Drinks can definitely just help, compete with the UCSD trick comps, because not only was UCSD able to trade with Tactical before, but now Crimson Calamari is going to be able to do exactly what they're being dealt with for the entire set here.
Yeah, on the side of UCSD, we have their Sniper Rider set up on the glass, and then the Hydra on the side of Crimson Calamari is also set up on the glass. So it's just a matter of which team is going to get a pick first in terms of who's going to get zoned. Oh, and Cone coming in with the Zipcaster! Huge pick on the Sniper Rider, and oh, we saw him going up to those boxes. He didn't quite get there, but it didn't matter because that was a huge pick taking out their backline. So they can hopefully get control.
Yep. Because not only do you take out the backline, you take out the source of the cooler, which is just a huge plus for your team here. They're going to be even slowing down on cooler a little bit. Drink responsibly, folks, here. But you know what? We have the zone that's flipping all the way over to Navy side here, as unfortunately the suction bomb takes out the Tri-Slosher.
It is Octobrush versus Snipe Rider right now, as both are left alone, and Cone gets up on those boxes and his solo takes zone as his teammates come to rejoin him.
Someone pick up that phone, because I certainly called that Zipcaster payment zones. But hey, right now it's just a very scrappy fight for mid here and to get control of the zone here, as specials are just being traded. We saw the Reef Slider go in there, just instantly being able to swap zone here. Just not a lot of advantage in being able to score a lot of points here on zone. It's just consistently being in this awkward stasis here. There we go, finally a flip there from Esports.
Yeah, the scoreboard has been almost too even, just like constantly flipping back and forth. Right now we see UCSD challenging yet again, try to take it back, and they do end up getting the zone. We've got Cone sharking here, waiting for his moment to potentially zip again. They've got the Booyah online, trying to push them back. Oh, and they've got Cooler out. This is their moment to make a push.
Yeah, definitely here. I'm going to see Crimson Calamari just walk on in here, but hey, the Tri-Slosher here is going to try and fight for their life here to just keep the zone painted as much as possible here, as the missiles come out here and just slowly prevent any type of momentum that Crimson Calamari was able to get with this cooling.
Now you see these Tetras going in for a flank, and Cone already up with the Zipcaster again. Oh, he's out, Oh, still able to push back the Snipe Rider all the way up into the base, and while getting a pick at the same time.
I swear, all these flankers, they just do the same thing, and they flank at the same time. Like, ready, 1, 2, 3, go, and then everything on screen just happens at once, and I just can't keep up with it here. As the Snipe Rider just right now is just trying to keep zone, just hopefully trying to delay the inevitable here, which is Crimson Calamari trying to cap the zone and hopefully take more points.
We've got a Booyah out from Crimson Calamari, and they do get control. We've got the Flingza on the side of UCSD trying to just paint zone. Oh, and they got the Reef going in, getting a pick. Ultimately picked up by the Hydra, but that Hydra has 10 missiles on his back. He is just scampering away from the other team, trying to get out. He's completely cornered right now.
Yep, the Hydra is going to hold on to dear life, but they do have the tactical alert. But man, that Hydra just got dogpiled by everything by Navy. And right now, the zone counter looks mighty low right now, and it seems to be Navy's favor here.
It's looking a bit grim, but Cone is able to pick off the Flingza. They've got their Julies going in on the zone. They've got Cooler ready. They can hopefully push back and pick off the Flingza, because those missiles really are giving the Hydra a hard time. And so is that Inkjet already out yet again to try to push them back after they just retook the zone.
Yep. Definitely a lot of burst paint coming out from Crimson Calamari. I'm sorry, Navy's side here. Just they're able to flip the zone and not allow Crimson Calamari to score anything much. Even if a zone is captured, something's going to paint that zone, whether it be the Snipe Rider, whether it be the Reef Slider coming in from the Tetras here. But Kong slowly being able to just dance around the zone here, hopefully trying to get a pick here on that Flingza. No, but the Booyah Bomb's able to do it here.
Wow, the radius of that Booyah Bomb always surprises me, and that actually does make way for Cone to push really far up. Oh, and the Gluga's all the way up on their flat.
What is he doing?
It looks like they called his bluff and he's backing out. Or not. He's still up there, and Cone with the zip following up on that Gluga's entry.
Unbelievable. The zone right now is just in neutral state right here. They need to take zone now to be able to do it, and now it's all about a painting battle as the Booyah
wasn't enough.
Oh my goodness, they could not quite paint enough there. As I said before, the burst paint is especially important to be able to just keep zone and be able to do it there. But man, Crimson Calamari's last push there, that was some fantastic gameplay there. The Gluga Dualies pushing up all the way there. Kong being able to pull up the Zipcaster, the Booyah Bomb coming out there. It just wasn't quite enough there to just recapture zone, unfortunately.
Yeah, Crimson Calamari was absolutely fighting their hardest, and I think maybe if they had just waited a little bit, the push with the Glugas and the Zip might have been a bit premature. As you can see, the Snipe Rider is able to get set up on the glass, and the Reef moved into the zone while Cone was away, basically focusing on the plat of UCSD, and that just allowed them to keep the zone at neutral as the clock ran out.
Yeah, unfortunately, Cone went down there with the Zipcaster there, and as we alluded to before, just Cone's Zipcaster has been extremely on point here, constantly able to find maybe one, maybe two players a lot of the time here, but just zipping away from the objective in the moment where the Reef Slider came in, the missiles came in, and that just Cone was not able to react in time to be able to just get back onto the zone and help his team paint.
Yeah, his team unfortunately just was not able to paint over the Reef without him, and like I said, if the Zip had maybe just been held on to a bit until they were secure in their position of the zone, because basically in that moment it was just the Glugas and the Brush that were really far extended upwards, and if they had just held on to mid a bit longer, waited for that overtime, and then popped the Zip, it might have been enough to do it. But unfortunately, without Cone to sort of put a stop to it, the Reef was able to come in and flip very quickly.
Absolutely.
If it's been fixed yet.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna pretend like it's working here, okay? This is gonna look really funny in post-production if it is, but hey, right now, everyone's just gonna go straight hauling it to mid here with not only the junior, but the splash here. Look at this paint control here, Space. It is incredible.
Yeah, and we have a splash on UCSD. It seems like they're trying to go for more of the meta, surprisingly. And ZNF with that burst paint, triple ink strike that we've seen repeatedly from them. And Crimson Calamari is actually able to take a good hold of mid right here with Cone having that Zipcaster online. Very scary indeed.
Yeah, definitely. As one thing is for certain, Cohen's Zipcasters have been on point with this set here, but they just quite weren't enough for UCSD to just fall completely over to give a lead to them. But hey, right now, this is looking really nice for Crimson Calamari. This Hydra here has got a full load charge, but doesn't matter if you're going to get shut down by that push, but no. Okay.
Yeah, died with Booyah Bomb. Maybe could have popped it a little earlier, but they do have Cone holding mid, and this waiting for his teammates to jump to him. I don't know if it's the best idea at this moment, as they are throwing everything they've got at him, and he does get picked off for going in alone there.
Yeah, definitely. One of those awkward situations there, just like, oh, I'm technically in a good sharking spot, but I'm not sure if I'm able to pull this off here, but you still gotta commit and try something, and just unfortunately doesn't work out here, as UCSD Esports Navy makes their way to control not only either top right, but also, this top spinner here, and just being able to allow this tower to go through for free.
Yeah, their ZNF just has full control of the tower right now, getting challenged by the dualies, but the dualies are going to get picked off by the opposing brush. We've got Cone trying to make his way up onto his snipe to defend. Hydra also in a good defensive position, and they are going to see that tower start to recede to mid. Very, honestly, really good defensive positioning from Crimson Calamari.
Yeah, definitely. And even though the lead didn't fall, those checkpoints fell for AV, so it's going to be a little bit easier to get the tower all the way to be able to take the lead here. As they aim to be able to quite the big numbers advantage, but no, Kana is going to have to say something about that with that Zipcaster coming out and immediately getting a pick, evening up the numbers advantage.
Yeah, Cone's Zipcasters are just known to deny any pushes that start to happen, and it's always a matter of whether he's gonna have the paint to support its recall or not.
Yeah, definitely here. That meme where it's just like no fear and then that one fear? It's called Zipcaster here. But hey, you know what? Esports Navy here sitting pretty comfortably right now because they're just waiting for the special advantages as the crab goes online here, and they're just looking for that one opening to be able to shut down Crimson Calamari's approaches and just being able to finally score those last couple of points to be able to take the lead here.
Yes, Hydra provided some good jumps for his teammates to get back into the fray. Actually shut down the splash going in for a flank on him, but now we see the dualies on the side of Crimson Calamari hitting that booyah, trying to stop the tower, and we've got them just fully shooting at him there, drawing their full attention.
Unfortunately, that Gluga dualies just gets cornered by UCSD. That was really good pincer there, not gonna lie. Just a Booyah Bomb drop and the Gluga dualies set up with their wall, but that didn't matter at all, especially when you're being attacked from two different angles here. But no, Battle of the Brush is happening over here on the right side of the map, and just right now, Crimson Calamari just needs to hold on to this lead for as long as possible right now.
Yeah, UCSD is really smoking out Crimson Calamari with these crabs and strike. The absolutely devastating combo that just forced them back. You see a booyah on the side of Crimson Calamari. On their snipe, interestingly. Didn't really do much there. But we've got UCSD has a firm hold on the tower. They got their splash getting the pick on the Hydra. tons of paint on the ground right now.
And the lead swap, which is the most important here. And with how little time Crimson Calimari has left, you need to start booking it right now with that tower. But unfortunately, just a lot of panic is settling in here as 3 go down on Crimson Calimari's side. And Esports Navy seems to be going to be trying to solidify their victory march and get that tower all the way down to 0 here.
This splash on the side of UCSD is just going absolutely crazy. Just holding the fort against 2 people at the same time. Gets those picks so his teammates can just have a free ride on the tower. And they get the last player to zap with the delayed white, and that's game.
And that was insane, Crab. Crab is a strong special, but what really makes it scary is when it's set up in the positions where you can't really respond to it well. What could have been done there? Well, maybe a bomb could have been thrown, I can see, but just that's a very hard shot to make as the Crab was just mowing them down with the turret right here at the end, as you see right now.
Yeah, this positioning on the grates is just so hard to overcome since there's basically no way to get behind it. And we saw that suction bomb was thrown to try to mediate it, but at that point it was too late. Cohen had gone down, Glugas had gone down, and at this point, the end zap was just left by himself to try to make any sort of move on the tower.
Yeah, definitely. I want to just say, just like controlling that top right there is so critical to be able to just prevent the tower from moving up there. And UCSD and the AV just was able to just do a fantastic job of using their specials to not only set up their splash up there, but allow the splash to be able to get enough paint to output the Crab to just do enough damage to just instantly give them the win there.
Yeah, we know those grates as ballpoint heaven, but they are also Crab heaven. Basically, anything with range wants to get set up there. And honestly, I don't think I really saw the Hydra of Crimson Calamari there much, which when UCSD is challenging that first kind of choke point where checkpoint 1 is, it's a really, really great spot to get in because they basically have to full circle around in order to challenge you. So the snipe position that they were taking might not have been the best for defense.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I just kind of felt like a lot of them were just like hanging out in like the similar spots here. So yeah, if you get one kill, doesn't really matter because you're just gonna trade immediately back because there's someone else just already just in there. And a lot of things happen in Splatoon. I like to call it sensory overload, and just a bomb will get you. Some guy that flanked you will get you. I don't know. Oh, the Zipcaster from Beyond the Grave with Khan. But hey, what can I say here? I'm curious to see if Khan will stick to the Octobrush here on Rainmaker Humpback, actually, because this is one of the weaker Zipcaster maps, in my opinion.
Yeah, I honestly feel like he might, just because it seems like it is his strongest weapon and it might be a comfort pick. But I feel like we'll probably continue to see the end zap just for, cooler is pretty much a must-have for Rainmaker at this point. But, man, honestly, like, the skirmishers do go kind of crazy on Humpback Pump Track, so UCSD's brush will probably get a lot of leeway as well.
Yeah, definitely. I'm curious to see if they'll stick to the double Booyah Bomb, because right now, like, Booyah Bomb, fantastic special, but, like, in Rainmaker, having 2 of them can perhaps, like, be a little bit too slow, especially with weapons that are big and clunky, like the Hydra Splatling and the one and only Glugadoolies not being able to sufficiently paint for itself there, but hey, compared to UCSD's comp, which has been consistently backless and just full of popping power, controlling space, and beacons, just hold momentum and just keep it forward, as we saw a lot of these games here.
Yeah, I'm wondering if, because you mentioned UCSD being backless, and we actually did see them with ZNF last game, I believe, which was kind of an interesting choice to see since they had been so like fast comp oriented so far. So I'm wondering if I feel like Chargers are pretty decent on Humpback, so I wonder if they're going to stick with that or if they're going to go back to the backless comp as we've seen in the previous matches.
And personally, if I were just like doing this from a viewer's perspective, I would like to see the Hype Rider come back out, honestly, because it's always one of those like weapons you just don't expect to be good, but like when played correctly and on certain maps, it is a fantastic treat to see. especially with the cooler output, the paint for your teammates, and the damage that's being done by doing tap, 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 tap. Easy kills right there.
I have nothing but respect for Snipe Rider because Snipe Rider players because it just feels so clunky in my hands. I cannot deal with the two-shot charger play style. So
Yeah,
I think it's if you can utilize the range it has because it does actually get a crazy amount of distance and paint. If you can use that, you can do crazy things with it.
yeah, but one of the weaknesses of the weapon definitely is trying to what was it? Use the object damage, right? Because yes, you might be able to tap 5 times, but those 5 individual taps are not going to measure up to any elite or fully charged shots anytime soon here. But hey, you know what? I'm curious to see if the charger gets picked here because usually like chargers, at least from what I've seen, just like they either are able to control all the space on Humpback or no space at all, and it becomes a 3v4 essentially if the charge is not going to be able to get into position here, which is the case in a lot of these Splatoon maps, unfortunately.
Yeah, Humpback especially, I feel like it's very easy to get locked out, and I'm also assuming we're gonna see some Zuka play here, just because of as soon as you get onto that hump, you can basically hit any corner of the map with it. So it might not be in either team's best interest to have a really slow backline.
Oh yeah, for sure here. We got a lot of the lottery Zuka here. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Something's gonna die, and you definitely don't want to be on the receiving end of it here. Especially on Rainmaker Humpback, where everyone just kind of funnels into that elbow there, and just getting a Trizuka pick, like, after you clear the, what was it, the first checkpoint, is absolutely massive and just will lead to a lot of points being scored.
Yeah, when I play Zuka, I just close my eyes and pray. And
Close your eyes and pray, praying to the Zuka gods out there. Welcome to the church, but hey.
Oh, double big swing! Let's go! Crimson Calimari pulling out the big guns for the last game.
Yep. The double big swing here. Let's see if this is actually enough to be able to make a huge difference and give the game to Crimson Calimari here. As we talked about before, Big Swing has a fantastic amount of object damage here, but right now the Big Swing just don't seem to be able to get into mid right here and get this Rainmaker real quick as 2 go down.
Yeah, that Wave Breaker from UCSD really was able to get the chip damage needed to take out some Crimson Calimari. Cone trying to go into Big Swig, but is shut down, and it looks like this will be the first checkpoint for UCSD. Yeah,
definitely. Already the first checkpoint is down. It's hardly been a minute at all here. But hey, do you really care about time when your popping time is less than a minute here? But hey, I say this right now. The commentator's curse is going into effect here as they are unable to get the pop here, as unfortunately the effect just gets shut down by the Deco Wiper.
Yeah, that back was just absolutely destroyed by Wiper's insane angle he took there. And gets another pick too, immediately popping missiles right after. This Wiper is just popping off, absolutely keeping the Big Swig at bay. Big Swig does get a pick and goes in behind and picks up the Rainmaker. It's him versus the V-Shot now in an intense 1v1. Who will win? Big Swig or V-Shot?
The V-Shot here.
There's fierce competition.
There's a lot of love for the Big Swig there, but unfortunately is not able to find the kill on the V-Shot there. As right now, it just seems like a huge stagger happens on Crimson Calimari's side as 3 players just went down in mid here, as UCSD is looking for the specials to be able to push in right now, as a lot of paint is already on the floor right now.
Crimson Calimari just does not have the kill power, and unfortunately Big Swig is just completely outmatched by this Viper in range and in damage, so there's nothing they can really do to challenge this.
Yeah, especially with a special as strong as missiles, because the power of missiles is not, well, I guess it is the missiles themselves, because they are physically moving you. You have to move, and with how good some people are at holding positions in this game, that is definitely one of the stronger specials in the game here. But no, the Wiper seems to have to back out here and be able to just try and scrap for this Rainmaker here, and they eventually are able to do it.
These Big Swigs are trying to paint as much as they can, but honestly, the paint still hasn't shifted much in their favor throughout most of this game. UCSD still has great paint economy. Honestly, probably thanks to this Blobber they have, just dishing out the bubbles and the rain. devastating these big
Oh
swigs
my
that are
goodness.
trying to get any speck of damage on them.
Yeah, I saw the big swig going in there, trying to get it out of that rain there. And he was
Crimson
not wearing
Calamari
a
going for backstracts, and they actually do get the first checkpoint.
Unbelievable here. They actually have quite a bit of special advantage here as the Jet tries to hold their space, but the Rainmaker shield's almost gonna pop here, but it's gonna get shot down by a tries.
Those are the Zuka shots we love to see.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Pick a god and pray. Hopefully it's not the Zuka god.
This V-shot is just popping off. Takes down 2 more players. Gets a 3rd. Just paving the way for UCSD right now to go for this final checkpoint. And he's going for the next big swig. He takes it down. Rainmaker is charging full speed ahead. No pain on the pedestal and gets shut down by the BP. But they still have quite a lot of momentum.
That was unbelievable. The V-shot getting just so many bodies just put down and just allowing their teammates to be able to run the Rainmaker all the way down to 4 points here. This is something that is going to be very difficult to come back for, because typically, once it's that far on rate in this game mode, it's going to be extremely difficult to just basically ask for a knockout from any team on this map, especially with how contested Elbow can be here.
It's already so hard to get past that choke point, and so you really need to have basically all your special on line. Oh, what a beautiful Rainmaker shot. The Wavebreaker is thrown out, but I'm pretty sure the Rainmaker can easily destroy that. Getting all of his teammates back to hopefully gear up for a push onto the plat of Crimson Calamari. Gets another pick with the Rainmaker. 24 seconds though, they need to get a push going, hopefully get an ink back online so they can go for those back strats again. The time is now to go.
Yep, the backstrats could work here, but as long as that Splatana Wiper is dealt with right now, as it is, as they run it all the way to lead!
Crimson Calamari so close to the knockout and ultimately shut down by the Blobber, but they finally got the lead here. This might be a game that they take off of UCSD. They gotta get this for the VOD review, man!
Unbelievable play just coming out with Crimson Calamari right there. Not only did they realize, like, oh, it is go time, 2 fell down, right? Deal with the Wiper right here. The ballpoint just immediately turns over and beams them down, and that just led to enough paint being put on the floor to be able to scrap it by and grab that lead right there as Crimson Calamari plow out that last game right there.
Absolutely crazy that the meme double big swig pick was ultimately what won them the game.
Oh man, you don't know why it's called the big swig right there. There's a little bit of a straw attached there, so you are taking a big swig essentially of the weapon here. But hey, not only is Big Swig able to just paint a lot, it's also able to just get it special so frequently, and just popping them one after the other is what led to Crimson Calamari to be able to take that game there and coordinating off the vac push there, as well as just beaming down that Wiper. That Wiper was causing a lot of problems along that V shot, and those two were completely answered by Crimson Calamari's teams.
Yeah, Crimson Calamari did a great job of weaponizing the Rainmaker there, and if I remember right, they did pretty dang good in both iterations of the Eeltail Rainmaker match. So it seems like Rainmaker might be a strong mode for them, and it's because their backline Nindrag is able to just pick that Rainmaker up and get picks, create spaces for it, while also being a good anchor for his teammates to get back and pave the way for him.
Oh yeah, definitely. But you know what? As much as I like to stay on the mic all day, all night here, we gotta wrap it up here, Space. But where could the fine people of the CCA community find you?
I am on Twitter at SpaceSeals and Tumblr also at SpaceSeals and Twitch at SpaceSeals.
Yep. It's just Seals in space, guys. Go follow her. She is a wonderful individual, as we've shown off here tonight. But hey, right now we are going to be wrapping up soon. But before that, I'll tell you guys where you can find me. You can find me on Twitch as well as Twitter at Neptune, just an underscore at the end there. That's going to be all, folks. Stay tuned for Sunday, as we have a triple header coming up there that you don't want to miss. See you guys next time.
Thank you guys for having us.
Bye.
Light stagger one by